Testing, possibly, perhaps. Could be one way or the other. Making sure that the little bar on the OBS dashboard works, which should probably be enough of an indication that something is happening. But yes, hello. Another very irregular... Well, hello and welcome. I kind of missed that second part the first time. To another very irregular stream. In which I try to do things because the attempts that I made at regularity earlier did not pan out. Apparently I just need to move all the goalposts in the time in which I stream in order for stuff to work more consistently. But I don't want to do that all the time, you know. But anyhow. Yes, hello Vern, and hello to whosoever may become present at any time, but due to the irregular nature of this, I think I'm going to do the same thing that I did the last time that I did this exact thing, which was just a couple days ago, actually. Just tried to stream earlier. Because otherwise, apparently if I wait to stream at the times that I would regularly have it planned out to stream, I will just completely fall victim to narcolepsy. Oh, that's kind of loud. I don't think the whole game is that loud. I think the game for the most part is pretty quiet though. So I don't think I want to mess with the volume settings on OBS right now. Anyhow, what I do want to do though is quickly... Oh, I just noticed that this was also like very quiet. It just sounds louder than usual to me because I literally have my volume turned up slightly higher than normal, but oh well. But yeah, this has been very quiet for some reason, but it doesn't matter since I'm about to fade it out anyway and try to capture the game here. If this works, see if this still works with no further fanfare with the controller configuration that I had this week. Which is basically just, instead of using the tiny Bluetooth dongle that I have, that I usually use to connect my controller, I use the Magic NS adapter instead. Which has less customizability, but it does seem to work a little bit more reliably when it does work. Anyway, let's go ahead and continue the game. Let's continue Steam Cloud Alan Wake as usual. Let's see if I can remember what was happening in this game when I last played it, which was at a time when... Yeah, the chain, I remember this much. It was right here, hold on, let me take a moment to remove this keyboard from my immediate grasp. So that it's not in the way, because I don't need it right now. But yeah, what I was doing in this game before I had yet another sudden blackout the second that day. Yeah, I can see that, thank you. Was trying to get to, I guess, the power plant area, so it was said. I'm not sure if we're like right there or if we're gonna have to make another bit of a hike to get there, but we're trying to look for the lamp lady who apparently might know that some kind of secret about how to beat the game, and it's gonna be a hell of a secret because I think we're kind of close to beating the game at this point. But yeah, we have a very adeptly guessed that the reason we have infinite ammo in this part is that we need ammo to make it past this part. Oh, and yeah, there's like... I'm pretty sure I was fighting this exact group of enemies when I just got locked out of being able to do anything by fate. And now I'm dead. I guess I should try to like assume that I'm... Well, assume nothing, just try to run out the entirety of my revolver ammo before I try to grab any more from that source. Fuck's sake, I hate it when they do that. Like, no, it's enough that you gotta dodge the... Oh, of course that guy wasn't dead. He just kind of stopped being visible. But yeah, cannabing... I mean, I probably have a lot more resources that I'm not using properly. I guess I'll just use the same defensive method that I used when I was fighting the poltergeist objects of just hiding behind the geometry. It seems to be something that makes sense at this time. There we go. That worked a little bit better. Now let's see if I can recoup my losses on that revolver ammo right there. Not quite yet. There we go. But yeah. I did get all of a sudden struck with the notion that maybe I should talk about something completely unrelated to the game. Such as the weather. And I'm not sure why. Maybe it's some kind of unconscious attempt at osmosis from other streams that I've seen in the recent past. Maybe it's because of another unconscious realization that if I just kind of keep on talking about the game, it'll be a lot more repetitive, but I mean, what else can you do? Ooh, checkpoint. I want to say that the very high contrast you get when you're standing in the god rays like this reminds me of something like another specific video game, but I can't remember what it is right now. So I bet that makes potentially a lot of people very glad that I mentioned. This reminds me of something very specific, but beyond this very vague detail, like I'm looking for this very specific piece of information, but beyond this very big detail about it, I can't give you any more information about what it might be, so that you might try to figure that out. So now you're also going to be stuck with that curiosity that you can't sate like an itch. It's like that subreddit that's dedicated to helping people find old video games that they don't know what they're called, but they remember vague stuff about them. But a lot of it is just like Brazilian people who are like, hey, years ago, wait, what? Okay, I guess he threw something at me that was undeterred by this solid object, but yeah. I feel like if you go to that place, it's called Tickle My Joystick, but if you go to that, oh, hello, you didn't exist a few moments ago, but now you do. Same for you. Hello, buddy. Yes, go to My Joystick, and if you go there, you'll find a lot of posts from people who are like, I live in Brazil, and I got like a disc with like 6,000 games on it, and I wanna remember the name of this one specific one, but I'm not gonna tell you any specific details about it. That might actually help you narrow anything down. It's just like it was a game with a monster in it, and you ran away from it or something. By the way, I'm sorry for my bad English. And that's literally all you see. Oh, I'm dead. Well, now I know a couple of different things that are gonna happen once I go past this point. I'm kinda curious about the radio. Can I like listen to the radio and yeah, I guess so.
They always remind me of our local rock legends, the old gods. I couldn't tell you why. I guess it's just, yeah, one of those things. Anyway, here's Poets of the Fall and their latest single, War.
War. I guess we're just gonna keep on listening to the War single. Even as we are set upon by these people. This giant cadre of people. We do have flares now, I guess. Probably now would be a good time to use a flare. I hope the sound of very loud gunshots and I don't know, some kind of savagery by these guys. Savage wails. I don't know what to I don't even know what I'm talking about. I'm just like any kind of background noise that I'm trying to desperately identify and define as a way of masking any potential copyright robot ID stuff that you could get. Maybe I should have done that actually. Maybe that would have been the big brain move if I was really worried about it. But at this point I don't really care. I mean, I feel like there's enough noise that I shouldn't have to care that much. I don't know if these two big boys are like the only thing that I need to be worried about right now, or if there's also I think there was also another dude that was like throwing shit, yeah. Oh god. Well. Alright, that's just gonna keep going, I guess. This time I will listen to my own advice from the timeline that I've just departed and see if I can avoid the radio on purpose. Oh. Wonder if the sustained light attack, or however you want to call that I just did, is enough to stop that guy, even though I saw that he was charging up the bomb rush move. Now I know, yeah, that seems like a pretty deceptive animation to show, because I know that's not the end of these guys. They're just gonna keep coming. I have no idea what I just did different, but I do appear to have just gotten an achievement called Energized, so I assume it has to do with the Energizer batteries. I have to keep on putting in the fucking in the flashlights. Seems like a weird product placement, but I don't know. Okay, fine. I'll actually bring out a flare. I have only 3 flares, which seems like a relatively low amount for how many of these things you would have in a situation like this. Oh. No, this guy isn't even, like, vulnerable. Oh, yeah. Notice that too late to actually be able to dodge that. And I couldn't see that one coming either. Okay, I'm a little bit confused. I don't have any flare guns. I do have this. I guess what I'm gonna try to do. Like, I feel like half of the problem is just that the big guys take forever, not just to die from regular pistol shots, but also to get vulnerabilized from the lights. I think it even makes a difference if you try to, like, aim at their heads with a flashlight, so does it? It's literally exactly the same. Okay, I guess I'll try to do this. Oh, I tried to dodge there, but I guess it just didn't register. I'm not really sure if that one strike put me at, like, no health, or if I somehow got hit before that, which not really line up with what I remember happening. Okay, no, I'm pretty sure I tried to... Yeah, I'm trying to shine it in their eyes to deter them, but it doesn't seem to be working out all that great. How very unfortunate. So this is going to be very interesting, I guess. I'd have picked a pretty good spot to stop playing before, if this is what it's going to be like right after. Okay, I'm almost entirely certain that I lost some health before I even got hit by anything there. I tried. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Need to formulate like an actual specific plan, I feel, because it's starting to feel like a, I don't know, like the kind of like arcade game where you pretty much have to memorize everything in this encounter. So, just empty all my energy on this guy. And get him with this, and ideally that should be perfectly possible before any of these jackasses approach, but apparently not. And then these guys over here, so I think for this guy, who apparently does not consistently get stunned by the, well, does not consistently get stunned by the flashlights. Wait, no, he's not dead yet for some reason. Nope. Speaking of not being consistently stunned by the flashlight, I'm pretty sure that's what just happened. I have one flare left after this, and that is all that I have. At this point, I wouldn't be surprised if I end up being killed by one of those thrown weapons and not something. Something that I would actually at least be okay with being killed by. I don't even know how I can put it that way, but I don't know what happened right there either. But oh well. Okay. Well, I used up all of my extra flares in that one encounter that just kind of went on, and most of my shootgun ammo, but oh well. Maybe I can get a little bit of that back now. Not quite fill it up, but I guess I'll take what I can get, even if, yeah, I'm pretty sure that a lot of the stuff, I'm pretty sure this is the same level, if it's the one that I was doing last time, where you do the big fights when you're waiting to get on the helicopter before. And honestly, this one encounter feels like it would have made more sense, a lot more sense for us to be stacked in the same way that we were when that encounter started, than in the pretty bare-bones state that we are in right now. But oh well. Definitely could have done with keeping the stuff that we had at that moment for right now, is what I'm saying. But, oh well. Try not to sound like too much of a "this is how you don't play, man," when this kind of stuff happens, but
In the night, it was close, but I had to find a way across.
I don't know. Maybe I'm just a bad streamer because I can't figure out anything else to talk about. Oh, flashbang and a flare. Could have used that flashbang a little while ago. Maybe I should talk about something else completely unrelated, like... Did you know that E.T.A. Hoffman published a story in like 1812 or something like that? About a German doctor, which makes sense since he himself was, oh shit, was German. And that may be possibly the earliest example in existence of the occult detective trope as we may know it in modern fiction. And pertaining to the archetype of having the protagonist be an unidentified named figure who, well, maybe not quite shows a specific modus operandi. I don't think that came until like the following century, or at least the end of that century. But certainly displays those tendencies. Ooh, that's a checkpoint, I guess that makes sense. And now it's gotta be gone. Yep, of course. Oh well. Well, we apparently just need to find a way to get across, but I guess right now, ironically enough, our objective is to find a way to cut the electricity so that we can grab the, well, not just grab that page that we saw a while ago, but also just be able to get past all these locations. Okay, I was trying to accomplish the exact opposite of what I just accomplished, which is locking myself out of the, okay, I was gonna say that was a pretty prompt turn. Which I guess will involve going this way. I wonder if you can also get those dudes to, you know, run into the electric wires themselves. Because I'm pretty sure we've seen that in at least one previous stage where you're gonna trick these evil boys into going into the exposed electric wires outside, I think, the farmhouse in the previous level, actually. Previous chapter, I should say. And I think that pretty much kills them instantly, but I don't think they're gonna be... It's gonna be quite as simple, because they're not just like dangling in a freeway. Okay, we don't have to turn that off, we just have to make our way around, I guess. Well, maybe we will have to turn some of this off, but let's see.
Making her way through the water pipe alone, Cynthia was angry at the writer. Foolish young man, taking unnecessary risks. And the way he broke the rules. Didn't he understand what was at stake? Since the terrible days in the 70s, she hadn't wavered once, as hard as it had been. She was tired of protecting the town all these long years, and now only wanted to rest.
I guess we don't know all the rules yet, even though we think we have pretty good, like I said last time, have a pretty good idea of what's going on. It's a kind of bizarre retelling of the Doctor Who story, The Mind Robber, with a bit of In the Mouth of Madness thrown in. Maybe not quite as surreal as The Mind Robber, though. It's a bit of a peg down in that regard. Oh wow, we're surrounded. I mean... Are we gonna... Yeah, that's exactly what I thought would happen. Now we do have a... yeah, we have actually a flashbang now, but... Mostly after that fucking encounter in the warehouse or whatever it was. A tiny scant few minutes ago, I feel like. Okay, so we can kinda knock them back into those things with bullets, but they kinda have to be right next to them in the first place for that to work, but I guess we saved like at least a few bullets there by doing that. It seemed like there would be a very reliable way of accomplishing that. If you were trying to do it on purpose. What's this? Just one of these plastic bottles that looks like they're cleaning product. I once bought like a giant bottle of hot sauce that looked like that. I'm guessing on purpose though. What are we doing? I mean, this thing, yeah, I was gonna say this looks like it's glowing, so I suppose we take that to assume that... We assume that we can take that to mean, rather. That's whatchamacallit. That's something that you can interact with, I suppose, to put it simply. But it didn't really hit me the last time that we ran into this thing out of like a mysterious place. I'm guessing maybe this this big easy chair is supposed to be like yet another somewhat unsubtle nod back to the Black Lodge. I don't know.
The story I had written in the cabin had come true. Touched by the dark presence, I had written a horror story, but the end was still missing. The story was incomplete, and the last unfinished page of the manuscript still sat in the typewriter in the cabin study. If I could get back there, if I could read the page, then I could write my own ending to the story and save Alice.
I don't think that particular detail about the story being unfinished had actually been brought up yet, though. That would seem pretty convenient if nobody was made aware of it. What is that thing that's like just kind of stuck to the box on top of the barbed wire? I don't know. Seems like it sticks out even in this kind of scenario. William T.G. Randall Memorial Bridge. World War II POW and recipient of the Distinguished Service Cross. He died of injuries received during a successful rescue of 2 children from a burning car crashed at this location. Well, apparently the bridge is not in position right now. It makes you wonder why, how this works. I don't know. Well, that was exciting. After some of the other stuff that's happened in this chapter. Oh yeah, we can fully reload this now, I guess. Might as well go for it. Well, we have a chance. Well, we have a moment. I'm guessing we have to go into that little cabin, which might be like a control center or something for the bridge, and actually move that thing, actually mess with it, but we can try to go to the other boundary. That's this way. That's very predictably blocked off, and see if there's anything else to find there. Like, I feel like usually you would find a thermos or something there, but suppose not this time. A little more revolver ammo. Well, we have been using the revolver and a flare gun. Could have used all of this stuff quite a while back for that encounter. It probably would have been the best time to have it, but I guess not. I guess in someone's book that wasn't the most challenging encounter that we had in this chapter. I wouldn't know who would think that, but here we are. I guess that's all I can say. Oh, look at that. Oh, unfortunate. Looks like it was a fake out though. I'm glad you pointed it out, because I legitimately couldn't see that until they were right in my head. I also couldn't see the ones right behind me because there's not really any, I don't know, this feels very difficult to see any of these groups of birds before they're right on top of you. Well, we have to cross the bridge, so it would seem, which I guess means we have to go that way. I think the bridge is still spinning. Yeah, I guess we have to go that way, but I guess if it's just gonna keep on spinning unstoppably. We missed our chance to do that on the previous revolution, so we're gonna have to do it this way now. I just found that one of the back license plates on one of those cars looks kind of bizarrely shiny, like about as shiny as the manuscript pages look whenever you actually find them, so it seems suspicious to me. Oh hey, another TV. Is this the same? I feel like we wandered into this exact same kind of house interior, little cabin interior, map model thing. Very early on in the game when we saw the first Night Springs episode, which I'm guessing is going to happen again now, since we got a TV here and we actually can't turn it on. Well, let's take a moment.
Flies or butterflies that dream of being men. Such philosophical concerns are by necessity abstract. And yet, some of us can find concrete proof of the nature of our existence. In Night Springs. Tonight's episode, an absence of creativity.
Hello, Martha. What did you want to show me?
Oh, Lydia, thank God you're here. Please, it's in the basement.
Oh, that's amazing.
Isn't it just? I found it here this morning.
It's like it isn't there, but oh, I can't look straight at it.
Yes. I'm precise, I put everything here but that.
Really? But what is it?
I guess the temptation is to call it whole, but it's really an absence. You found black over everywhere.
In Martha's basement?
Yes, I was doing so well, too. I came up with 2 old ladies and put something really weird in the basement. It was a great start, but I'm completely blocked now. I can't imagine what I was up to.
Well, surely it's just an ordinary basement.
Is it? Why did you call your friend here, then?
Well, I don't know.
Oh, well.
Couldn't you just ignore it?
Oh, no, I couldn't do that. It would probably turn into a plot hole. Might be one already. Could sink the whole enterprise.
Oh my.
Listen, ladies, not to be rude, but I'm really not at all sure where I'm going with this, and you're just not helping. You should just go back upstairs for a cup of coffee while I try to figure out what I'm up to.
Well, if you think that's best.
Maybe I should just stop here. Or is that too moronic?
Is that too moronic? Indeed. Who can tell? It's a fine line between the stupid and the sublime. Night Springs.
Well, I guess I can agree with that, since the Night Springs enterprises do seem to have been pretty wishy-washy so far. Pretty unsubtle compared to something like, you know...
We managed to lose the flock. You're almost at the power plant. Keep going. I'll give you support.
something like the actual writing in Twilight Zone, I guess. Yeah, maybe I shouldn't say that. I feel like a lot of the Twilight Zone plots were also pretty unsubtle. But it does seem to be kind of weird how when you look at different sources, different expressions of weird fiction, apparently they get less and less subtle. The farther along in history you go when they were made. It's honestly kind of bizarre. Okay. Oh, what the fuck? Hold on. Let's try that one more time, and I guess this time, since I already know, since I know in advance I'm gonna be attacked by 3 big boys at the same time. I'm gonna actually bring out the shotgun. Ahead of time. That makes sense. We have that knowledge. Alright, now what? I see that guy over there, but I know that there's not gonna be the only one. Suppose I'm coming from the other direction. What? What? Oh. You know, helicopter dudes, Sheriff and Barry, or whoever's there. I think that is actually correct, Sheriff and Barry. I could use your support over here, if you would be so kind. If that would be at all possible for you to provide. Apparently, that's not gonna be it. Yes, I might as well just empty out my freaking revolver ammo completely. Oh, yeah, see, that's clearly not the whole group of people that are coming after me right now. There we go. Now we only have one revolver bullet left. I can't kill anything with this. So now it's gonna have to be shotgun or nothing, I suppose. And so we carry on. sure how to get inside specifically. Which direction do I need to go in? Guess we go this way. Oh, we appear to have something hidden nearby though, if this little graffiti is any indication. I'm not entirely sure what that one means. I thought that, like, sit back here behind this rock. Yeah, it is. Okay. I guess, unless, or aside from very specific ones, these things, oh yeah, I forgot I had the flare gun. I guess I can technically resort to that when I inevitably run out of revolver ammo, but, you know, I want to be stubborn and not do that unless I have to. But yeah, unless the graffiti that shows you where the stuff is, the hidden caches, is very, very unambiguously shaped like an arrow. I guess we assume that it's not an arrow, and it's not actually pointing at anything. Not specifically, not reliably, not like these jackasses, which literally spawn behind you. Okay, I guess I'm gonna have to operate under the assumption that you can't fight them normally. It's gonna maybe bring out a flare if I run into those guys again, which definitely will happen if I had to guess. Unquestionably, unavoidably, will occur. Up here they come. Hi fellas, I see that you're still able to finish your attacking animations even after I bring out the flare. That seems very unusual. Very, quite contrary to what I would have expected from that circumstance. I did.
I'd seen a version of it painted all over the area, signifying hidden caches of supplies.
So I did. I guess I never noticed any signs to do with the power plant logo before, though. Safe haven. Well, we didn't approach from that direction, but apparently generator hall is safe haven. Or so we believe. Maybe it won't be able to stay this way for long though, but well, it's not dawdle around here if there's nothing else to collect.
Hold it right there.
Miss Weaver! Cynthia! I'm a friend!
Prove it.
You knew Zane! Thomas Zane! You're the Lady of the Light in the song! You can help me!
About time. Young man, I've been waiting a very long time for you.
It's in the well-lit room.
Excuse me?
You need to drive the darkness back. The well-lit room is at the dam. I built it to keep it safe.
Will it help me find Alice? Will it get me back to the cabin? Fine, let's go. I can get my friends to come back with the helicopter.
Is she gonna stay here?
We won't go outside. Never at night. That's rule number 1. You've been breaking the rules, young man, and where has that gotten us, Oh, I have a secret route, a lit route, an old water pipe.
Oh, that sounds pretty convenient, but...
Damaged at the transformer yard. It's draining all the reserve power. Without it, the pipe will go dark. The power to the yard must be cut.
Let me guess. You want me to do it?
Young man, you're the one who likes to break the rules. I can't be outside in the dark. The kill switch is outside.
Alright. I mean, it seems like, I mean, I would know better. I would, at this point, I feel, tend to expect that anything's going to be as it seems
These times
at this point in the game, but
have found my caches, haven't you? You can see the signs.
it seems like there's a lot of resources for us to use around here.
Yes, please. Take what you need. This is all for you, for the likes of us. We do Tom's work, don't we?
Do we?
The switch is on the wall facing the shore.
The wall facing the shore. I guess that means that we have to go out again. Yeah, sure enough, we can't stay there. I mean, surely we can at least, oh. We can at least retreat back into that place when we inevitably get jumped in just a few seconds, but I guess that's also a no. And here's proof. Hello, it didn't exist when we came down here, but now we do. And he also didn't exist when we were fighting that group just a few moments ago. What do you do? It's really quite an impressive circumstance.
I was willing to do grunt work for her to get her to help me. I hoped Weaver was dependable. I'd stumbled into this crazy world a little over a week ago. She had been living this insanity for decades.
Every god at night, rule number 4. Rule number 1. I can tell that. Never go out at night like in Deadly Premonition, or else some funky stuff will happen. And your car will probably explode.
Cut the power to the transformer yard. Now I had to find a way to reach it.
Yeah, but how could that be? It will be operated by authorized personnel only. Well, I guess we're not going to be able to follow that guideline tonight. And I still say tonight, even though it's going to be like 1 PM in 15 minutes.
To the kill switch.
In actuality, yes, I got that out. Is this a puzzle? Do we need to... Oh, what have we got? Number 3, always remember the lantern. Can't even shine my light directly at these messages to be able to read them properly. I must have missed rule number 2, because I don't think I saw that. Only saw rule number 1. I can get across now, but I can't get across there. So yeah, I guess I have to figure out a way to make all of these things be extended. Unless nothing gets blocked. Okay. Surprisingly simple rules, or surprisingly simple once you figure out the rules. Ah, there it is. Number 2, keep the lights on. I think I also saw something about the clicker, which was like that placebo light switch that he had in like that cutscene at the start of chapter 2. But I don't think anything has come of that quite yet. There's some more of these cans. I don't think I want to even use a bullet just to get them out of the way, though. I'm reluctant to do that. I don't know, but I guess that's the switch. Takes care of all that. And,
The transformer yard went dark and dead. Weaver's water pipe passage should now be good to go.
and that should be perfectly fine and safe, because it's all lit up, because this part is not going to be draining the energy from it, right? So it should all be a cakewalk at this point. Clearly, there should be no exceptions whatsoever to this expectation. Shouldn't have to entertain any ridiculous notions, such as the idea that something will have spawned behind me there. It would be simply unimaginable. I could use a few extra things, though. Extra revolver bullets at this point. And of course, this thing is not open. Okay, maybe now is the time to do something crazy, like, you know, use the flare guns. Wait, what the fuck? Okay, that didn't actually hit the guy that I was actually aiming for. And I can't just get in there for some reason. Alright, fine, I guess I'll do this the other way. So I was actually aiming to do it. That doesn't seem to have worked out all that much.
The pipe's empty now. We're ready to go.
Yeah, can I pick up any extra ammo?
Here we go. I knew them both, Tom and Barbara. I had such a crush on him. Such a beautiful man. I was jealous. There was a part of me that was maybe a little glad when she had the accident. And then Tom started writing and woke the darkness up. He tried to bring her back, but you can't do that. There are no free rides like that.
I'm starting to realize that.
In that case, young man, perhaps you're a smarter man than Tom was. The witch looked like her, but it wasn't. Barbara was sweet. He didn't understand until it was too late. He tried to undo it, wrote himself, her, everything he'd ever written out of the world. Oh, he was so famous. And afterward, no one knew. Oh, Tom. He left one thing behind in my care, in case it happened again. Insurance. He trusted me. Or perhaps used me a little. Tom knew how I felt. Knew I wouldn't refuse him. I built the well-lit room and put it there. It's been waiting for you. We are characters trapped in a story you have written, and none of us will survive to see the end of it if the darkness isn't stopped. She'll twist the story to her own dark ends.
How do you know all this?
Tom, that's the way he wrote it. He still talks to me in television, from beyond, from below. We have both been touched by the darkness, young man. He saved us both with life. The darkness stays with you. Who's a stay?
I guess you only have a few seconds to pick up that rifle.
Take us directly to the well-lit room.
Okay, I need to call my friends, tell them where we're going.
Hello? Al!
Barry, we're headed to the dam in one of the pipes. Meet us there.
Okay, I'll tell Sarah.
It's Sarah now?
Whoa! No! For the sweet love of...
Barry! Barry! We gotta go see if they're okay.
They're probably dead. You must reach the well-lit room. This is no time to be a selfish idiot.
That's my best friend.
Well, be a fool. I'll use the pipe. I'll meet you at the dam if you make it.
No way to get down there but to jump like that.
At least I didn't have to worry about her. She knew how to stay safe.
I actually might need a screenshot of that, so let me quickly make a quick yoinky note telling me that's when that happened, so I can cross-reference it again later. Anyway. Where are we going? We're going to the well-lit room, I guess. We're gonna go the rest of the way to the well-lit room, and we're gonna take the exterior route, the scenic route. How many of these pages do we have to go? Left to go. This chapter, let's see. Not a whole lot, just one more, I guess, since we're not playing on the super difficulty mode, which, I don't know. I don't know about that. I guess I would at least entertain the...
Sandy was almost starting to relax. Maybe they could turn this into a win yet. Suddenly, there was a piercing sound, like a table saw gone wild, as 100 birds made out of shadows swarmed into the rotor. The chopper bucked wildly and the board lit up, telling her what she already knew. They were going down. Barry Wheeler screamed next to her.
I don't know exactly what that means for what state we're gonna find them in, but... I mean, if nothing else, surely this means we can use the flames from the wreckage as another light source to defend ourselves. That seems like a reasonable expectation. You know, in times of extreme, unusual tragedy like this, you gotta be practical. I don't know if we're gonna be able to actually wipe out the bird swarms at this point or anything, or if they're just gonna keep coming after us indefinitely, so I guess I better just try to get a move on. I didn't even need the extra batteries, so how'd you like that? Ooh, Okay, I could keep going that way, or I could try to keep going this way. It seems like the helicopter is that way, so clearly there must be something really worthwhile up here. Up the tree bridge, unless that's literally just a shortcut to where I was before. Which is definitely also a possibility that I just completely ignored because I don't know how to pay attention. I'll try to actually move. Except I can't. At least not quickly. Not too bad. They're all behind me, so I can't really do jack about it. Yeah, I get the feeling this is just a shortcut that I didn't notice. Well, shortcut, quote unquote. It seems a lot less safe than just going around. But I guess we'll take it back. There we go.
Barry! Sheriff Baker! Sarah!
Well,
It looked bad, but as far as I could tell, the wreck was empty.
I mean, I don't know. It feels like we haven't really taken a very close look at it yet. Maybe it just looks empty due to inconvenience, but that doesn't really mean that your friends are excused of what happened here. Well, that room is that way, though. Well, I mean, we see the dam. It's got a bunch of lights. But how do we get to the place where we can actually access the dam itself?
Barry!
Well, you can't trick me. That's the exact same, That's the exact same clip that you used twice from one of her lines. So, yep, yeah, you know, somebody else is coming right beside me there. Well, I guess you could, I don't know, maybe shoot the... Oh, for fuck's sake. I could help them out, but... Oh, they literally just got killed by the bomb rush move. Why would I do that when I can just wait for them to do all the heavy lifting, since they're the ones who actually have ostensibly the infinite ammo weapons? I guess we're gonna probably shoot you at this point, though, is one of these. Okay, I can't help but notice that that guy still managed to finish using his attack animation, even though the flare was out. It seems very unusual indeed. Like, that was interrupted there. So I can have to wonder why it wasn't before. There we go.
Wait, we were ready to make like Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid.
I have a different ending in mind.
Yeah, I'm fine. Thanks for asking.
I knew you'd be all right.
How's that?
The flaming eye of Mordor?
Laugh it up, funny man. Didn't we have somewhere to go?
Weaver will meet us at the dam.
I mean, to be perfectly honest, having one of those head lanterns, if we could somehow have enough, like a point of light focus through it, does seem like it would be a very, very practical thing in this situation. But I guess that's out of the question. It's like at the beginning of that Danganronpa shooter game, where you literally get nerfed for no other reason than breaking the fourth wall.
While the crazy bunch of demon hicks try to take your head off with an axe. You know your helicopter crash landed in Night Springs. Come on, Al, couldn't we just wait here? Please? Oh, I should have kept that gym membership.
You see those lights? That's the elevator we need to take.
Oh. Well, I see them now. I was gonna look up without the focus prompt. Since we've all got, we got the whole band together right now.
It's everywhere!
Nothing moves like that. It's impossible.
Oh, you're seeing it now. And apparently not only does it move like that, it's gonna be also hyper-focused on me, to the point that it's not gonna be hittable with the NPC's shotgun shots. There's one, as far as I can tell.
This is bad. This is really bad. Oh, no,
Okay.
Was that it? Are we safe?
I mean, I would hope so.
I think we're okay.
Hey, Al, I got a bad feeling.
Let's keep our eyes open.
Let's keep our eyes open, but please also let's not dawdle in getting to the next checkpoint. Taking our field with darkness. I think that we've been over pretty much all of these messages already. Like, you could argue that some of the other blowy graffiti messages take on like slightly more meaning the farther in the game that you see them, and you know, with the added context that you have at that point. But I don't think that taking our field with darkness and like shine the light at them to kill them really means anything different the first time and the 20th time you've seen it.
Heads up! Here they come!
But the weird thing is, I'm pretty sure that if you handle the presentation of the story just right, it's not impossible for that something like that to mean something different, but I just don't think I've seen it yet in the context of this.
Oh no!
Right there! Freeze!
I swear this is the slowest elevator in the world.
Is it coming down already? Is it also gonna go up that slow when we actually get on it?
It's almost here, Wade. Just hold on.
I'm not the one you have to worry about right now, I don't think. Barry seems to be slowing down a little bit. Oh.
Let's go!
Alright, let's go.
We're almost there. There's an entrance into the dam at the top. What's the plan, Wake?
Well, Weaver's crazy, but she's got something Zane left behind. Something to fix this.
Gee, could you be a little more vague?
Thomas Zane? Seriously? Might as well be Paul Bunyan or Bigfoot.
Yeah, well, he was real.
No, sad. It's like one of these, well, maybe not.
Careful, okay?
I was gonna make a comment about the type of elevators that you see at airports, but then I realized it's not necessarily true of all airports, but it's only the one in my city where it's like almost like a freight elevator. It's like long and rectangular. Moves a little bit slow, and it's got 2 exits.
Okay, Wake. There's a button over there that opens the door.
Maybe we should read the notice first. This facility has been decommissioned and is not staffed. Enter into the damn structure without authorization is a criminal offense, and may be prosecuted under local and federal statutes. So we could just open the door, but are we willing to become criminals? Just to get into the well-lit room, and furthermore, is there anything else that we should know about? That would be close to the entrance to the well-lit room. It seems that we're so close to home that now would be a good time to look around just to see if there's anything at all that's hidden just out of sight, but much like in a lot of other situations where you're just kind of out in the woods and like it looks like you can go a little bit farther away from the beaten path, but not really. It's kind of an illusion.
Broken. Hold the button down so we can get in.
Oh, okay. You're gonna hold the door open for me once you're in? Oh. I mean, surely you can get in at this point. And yeah, what do you know? Oh. Well, that's inconvenient.
What's going on? We can get to the dam through here. What's happening out there?
You guys go ahead and find Weaver. She should be in the dam now. I'll have to make it alone through the top.
Okay, Wake. Good luck. Don't get yourself killed.
Now, how do I do that? Do I go up here?
I'll take good care of Barry, Wake. You just look after yourself.
Oh, there's something over there. I can't quite tell. No, it's just like sparks from... Okay. It immediately points that out to me, because I probably wouldn't have seen that easily by myself. For once. I mean, I see that kind of unconsciously. I mean, I probably would have noticed a giant killer spools of wire that all of a sudden came to life and tried to attack, but something that may not have been as obvious is the direction that they opened up by doing so, which was the next intended route. Saint Shoebox.
They knew he had to remove all that had made this horror possible, including himself. That was the only way to banish the dark presence he had unleashed and now looked at him through the eyes of his dead love. But he also knew that despite his best efforts, it might someday return. So even as he wrote himself and his work out of existence, he added a loophole as insurance, an exception to the rule. Anything of his stored in a shoebox would remain.
Anything of his stored in a shoebox would remain, what? I feel like the accent was upon the wrong syllable there in order for that to make sense, like you would expect that to have said. Anything of his stored in a shoebox would remain, so anything that belonged to him that was stored in a shoebox would remain, but you read that like anything of his stored in a shoebox would remain, so... I don't know if he's reading it like the word stored is a noun that belonged to him, and whatever he stored would remain in a shoebox. And I'm complaining a little too much about this, maybe, but I guess the shoebox will have some deep significance. Also, hey, Redbear, what's going on? Oh, that was fast. Oh, you got like the full bear crew from the comics. Green Bear and Blue Bear. There we go. I've also heard that some people have gotten the whatchamacallit, like the chance to have one of those animated emotes as well. I don't think that I've seen that for myself yet, but maybe that would be a chance to get like that Galactic Bear or Rainbow Bear or whatever it was. And yeah, we got more emote slots. I feel like I already have an idea for what I want, at least a couple of the emotes to be that I probably am gonna want to put in my extra emote slots, but we need to work out a few details of what exactly I want them to look like still. Although I might whatchamacallit, I might ask for ideas in Discord or something. Like, I'm pretty sure that one emote that I want to make, just because I want that myself. He's of a character going like meh. And I think that character might end up being either Samus or Shanoa from Order of Ecclesia. Or something like that. Well, what am I gonna do with this searchlight? Can I just... Oh. And the searchlight is gonna just kill them? Okay. But I feel like I had at least a few other ideas. I want that meh emote. I might want another, like, saying hello type emote. Because I feel like I don't necessarily have anything that says that very expressly yet. Maybe, since I pretty much only have room for 4 more. Well, room for 4 more of the tier 1 ones at least. I'll have like 3 more that I can add as bit emotes, but I don't think a lot of people are gonna be able to use those. I guess those will be mostly for myself, so I probably won't make too much of a deal out of them. But as far as the... As far as the actual tier 1, or tier 1s I guess. There's another one that I thought of kind of was... Alright, apparently I just killed him. If they're hit with that at all. And their shields are out. Stop now, but also here's the way forward. I just did you a favor and opened that up for you, because we're payouts. Yeah, wave high or something would probably be good. The emote, like I mentioned, I think maybe something along the lines of something that I've seen a few people do, which is like a taking notes kind of emote. Maybe not. I mean, feels like it would be a cool idea for something to have sometimes, but maybe I should also... Oh shit. Well, that was a little sudden. Maybe you should also try to take a few more notes about just like, I don't know, common emote types that I would see here and there. It's definitely one that I've seen in a few contexts though. See that I vaguely remember something like this happening very early on in the game. I think maybe the first time that we ever saw like the Dark World in this game. Some kind of evil dark tornado. Kind of like the spooky heartless tornado that you get in some of the KH games, but we actually jump across here? I guess we can. And I guess we must, actually. I mean, we're at the dam. Already, but I guess we don't have any way of accessing the dam itself, the interior of the dam itself. At least not until now. Ow. Alright, here we are. Wow, I can't believe none of us died on the way here.
Well, I'm glad I was wrong. But it was a foolish chance to take. Don't worry about the noise. We're safe here. I have looked after the well-lit room for many, many years now. There is no shadow in the well-lit room. The power is fail-safe, and all the bulbs are numbered and changed regularly based on their make and model.
Right.
There's an old army base at Raid Cove Point, north of here. It was active during the Second World War. They operated here back then. They must have built this.
Yes, they did. It's my place now.
Have to pay a lot of upkeep bills for this place. Seems pretty roomy, at least.
Take it, and I 26, 33, and 118 need changing soon, and I don't want to climb up the ladder to change them because it's very late, and I'm tired. And if you take it, I won't have to do that anymore.
I guess that's a shoebox then.
Graphical, a memory from my childhood. But I didn't write this. It was a page written by Thomas Zane. None of them were supposed to exist anymore.
Alan, 7 years old, would fight sleep to the bitter end. When he did sleep, he soon woke up, screaming, the nightmares fresh in his mind. One evening, his mother, sitting by his bed, offered him an old light switch. She called it the clicker, and flicking the switch would turn on a magical light that would drive the beast away. To imbue the talisman with all possible power, she added that it had been given to her by Alan's father. Alan never knew him, and anything of his took on mythical proportions in his mind. With the clicker firmly in his hand, Alan finally slept like a baby. Now, almost 30 years later, Alan thought of this as he stood on the rim of Cauldron Lake, the clicker in his hand. He took a deep breath and jumped.
My mind swirled. I'd given the clicker to Alice, yet it was here. Zane had written it into existence in a story I had written.
What does that mean? Is one of you a fanfic writer?
I can finish this.
Is one of you fake? I felt at the beginning of that diatribe at least, or... Well, maybe not diatribe, that's unfair. But at the beginning of that narration, that the implication was potentially that Alan was also a fake person that had been created by Zane, but...
Previously on Alan Wake.
I don't know anymore.
That has come true. Thomas Zane did the same in the 70s.
You will go no further.
If I continue like the Dark Presence wants me to, the story I'm writing won't save Alice. It's a horror story. No one will survive.
You knew Zane! Thomas Zane! You're the Lady of the Light in the song!
He left something behind to help me. The clicker.
Alan thought of this as he stood on the rim of Cauldron Lake, the clicker in his hand. He took a deep breath and jumped.
I can get to her now. I can finish this.
Okay. I believe this is the final episode too, so hope we get another flashback here.
I had a hangover. My head was about to explode and the light hurt my eyes. I needed my sunglasses and painkillers to dull the pain. In one of my finer moments of self-deception, I swore to quit drinking.
Okay, what else? I also probably should have sworn to have curtains installed or something, because that seems like a very inconvenient position to sleep in a place like this and not have curtains. Painkillers. This also seems like a very tiny bathtub for a man of my stature, but compared to this giant shower over here.
I wasn't sure if I could face the world without my sunglasses and something for my headache.
Oh, alright. There's also the lacking curvature in this clothes washer or whatever this is. But alright.
The pills worked fast. The prospect of being awake started to seem bearable again.
Can we get our sunglasses over there?
My eyes. I needed my sunglasses.
Where are my sunglasses? I don't know. I'm not the one who keeps stuff around here. Or is that it? Alright. I also have the...
Sunglasses made the world look bearable. Now I could keep my eyes open without feeling like a vampire in the sun.
I think you would feel like even more of a vampire in the sun like this, but... whatever you say. Hey, look, it's Alan Wake again. The final book. Whatever this guy was. And another QR code. I haven't quite gathered. And also 2 golden guns. I have to wonder what's up with that. Is that like a subtle man reference? Even though I have no idea if that would even make sense with any of the production data from this game. Let me see if I can scan this QR code here. Yeah, turns out this isn't too bad even if you're not sitting on a couch and you play it. Who knew? Oh, that's exactly the same QR code, but or the same message that it returned when I scanned that QR code in Chapter 2 in this same place. There's not gonna be anything different. If that's the case, but yeah, once again, the joke's on the game, because I am playing on a sofa chair as I play this. Anything at all around here that's something that isn't what I'm railroaded to that I can find, or am I simply being inefficient? I suppose it must be the latter.
Message. Al! Are you still asleep? Wakey, wakey! You should have your show on your TiVo. If Alice wasn't too mad to record it. She called me earlier and really chewed me out. Yeah, we went a little overboard last night. But parties are a part of this business. Al, look, I'm saying this as your friend. She's not doing your career any favors by trying to run your life like that, okay? I'll talk to you later, Al. Watch the show.
How are you watching the show? Was I on TV? Is it also another subtle product placement? You don't want to hold down the click on the thumbstick the whole time, so you're just gonna watch it like this, I guess.
I've been talking to best-selling author Alan Wake about his new book, The Sudden Stop. Yeah, good read. Go buy it. No, it is a good read. Look, I'm gonna be honest here. Is that wise? No, but I'm gonna do it anyway. I got people who give me the lowdown on books. I'm a busy guy. But this one, I actually read from cover to cover. I mean, I'm a big fan. Wow, thanks. Now, this might be a spoiler for those who haven't read the book yet. Based on the sales figures, the 2 people out there who haven't read the book yet. But this last book is all about the death of the main character, the hard-boiled New York detective, Alex Casey. Now, there's been a lot of outrage about this. Why the hell did you kill Casey? What the hell were you thinking, man?
Good riddance. No, seriously though, 7 years and 6 books is a long time. He was a gloomy guy to spend all your working hours with, and it was a good run. But it's time to explore new things. My next book will be a departure from the old for me.
You selfish bastard, always thinking of yourself. Well, you've certainly given us a lot of entertainment over the years. And now that you mention it, Casey was a gloomy guy. Never had much luck with his love life with the ladies. Was that autobiographical in any way?
Yeah, no kidding. Casey's lady friends tended to die on him. With Casey, it was all about his pain. No, nothing autobiographical about that. I'm a happily married man. My wife is my muse.
Well, congratulations. That's great to hear. So, how's the publicity tour been treating you?
Good, great. But I gotta say, I'm glad to be back home in New York.
Well, you've certainly been on the news a lot lately. Lots of parties and, you got into a fight with some paparazzi.
Oh, man. Well, that guy was really in my face. I lost my temper. I know that wasn't cool.
Well, you are famous for that temper.
Well, I did also write several books.
Well, your latest novel is called The Sudden Stop, and it's in bookstores now. Go get it. That means the 2 of you out there who haven't bought it yet. Ladies and gentlemen, that's all we have for you tonight. I want to thank all our guests for the evening. Alan Wake, Sam Lake. Once more, do the face for a Sam. There it is. And our musical guests, Poets of the Fall. Thank you, and good night.
At least I'd been funny. I told myself I could live with that.
Hey, honey. Did you watch the show?
Just saying it's stupid if that's what you want to know.
Okay, Grumpy. You want an aspirin or something?
Are you going to start with me about drinking now?
You know what?
I should have followed
Go
her
back to sleep
advice. But suddenly I was angry.
Also, I interrupted both myself and her.
What? Now you can't even talk to me?
Well, this morning I was angry because you said you'd be home at midnight and you showed up at 7 a.m. and passed out in mid-sentence. Now I'm over it. Are you angry?
This goddamn tour. It's gotten out of hand.
Oh, honey. It's almost over, right? We can get back to normal. Then you can start writing again.
I'm sorry, honey.
Alan, you're not thinking straight. Just take a shower and go back to bed, huh?
Yeah, you're right, honey. I'm sorry. Once this is over, let's go away together. A vacation. Just you and me. Some peace and quiet.
Are you talking about the tour at all in the previous flashback? I don't remember that.
The clicker was the key to the cabin. I had to return to Cauldron Lake to save Alice. I'm going back to the lake to finish this. I'm going to write an ending to the story in the manuscript on my own terms, to make it all right.
Why can't you just write it here?
The last page is still in the typewriter. I need to read it first. Everything needs to be just right. Zane tried to cut some corners, and it didn't end well.
Okay, ready when you are.
I'm sorry, Sarah, but I need to do this alone. Barry, take her gun. Miss Weaver, close the door when I leave.
Good luck, Al.
See you later. When I got out, it was warm and sunny. I'd flicked the switch of the clicker. Had it done this? I didn't stop to question it. I had to take advantage of the sunlight to get to the lake. On Zane's page, I'd stood on the rim of Cauldron Lake, about to use the clicker. That's where I was headed.
As long as it didn't just run into another bizarre, nondescript inconvenience that caused us to stop for 12 hours, and oh well, we got like 2 seconds of sunlight, and then the rest of the time it's dark.
Alone, in daylight, surrounded by the beauty of the Pacific Northwest landscape. It was hard not to let doubt creep in one last time. I could still chalk everything up to a dream, a delusion. I had enough imagination to make up something like this, having been in the cabin all this time, trapped in a story inside my head, gone mad from grief over Alice's death like Hartman had claimed. There would be no way of knowing. I told myself it didn't really matter. The course was set.
Well, I don't think that any sane person's imagination would put Verizon in a dream, so that about puts that possibility out to pasture. Yes, we're going that way. Why did I go the other way? I want to go through the dark tunnel. Now, apparently, even if we go through the dark tunnel, it's mysteriously blocked by some kind of lumber trailer. That ostensibly would not have been there just a few minutes ago when we actually got here. But we also don't stop to question that, just like we don't stop to question why there's a Verizon banner just right over there. In our dream, that just kind of goes to prove that it couldn't have been a dream. There's also something on the left side. I wouldn't have stopped if I hadn't just noticed it out of the corner of my eye. Energizer, advanced lithium. Although, I mean, we've been using Energizer batteries the whole game, so I guess that's not as surprising. Hey, isn't this the exact same place? Well, no, it's not. We were just a few moments ago. Can we get more of those sweet, sweet Energizer batteries? Over here, though. Here we can. It says lithium batteries, but I mean, you can clearly see the product placement. Majestic Motel just down the road. Come on in. Comfortable beds, clean rooms, wireless internet, laundry facilities, cable TV, and kitchenette in every room. I mean, it's not going to be quite as good of a location as the... those, like, crop circles over there. But surely it's not going to be as good of a location as the Great Northern from Twin Peaks, where it's actually overlooking the lake. it's like right next to a waterfall. I think that the only building that we saw in this game that was like that was like the psychiatric hospital place. And that was not a nice place. Logging area ahead. 97.6 kbff. Proceed at your own risk. Logging area ahead. Anyone who is going to drop a tree on top of you is absolved from all responsibility. Keep going at this point. We can't continue to go down the road, but what if there's something extremely valuable in the logging area, such as, I don't know, a hunting rifle and some ammo for it? See, I wouldn't have wanted to miss this. I probably don't want to keep going this way, or do I? I mean, there's apparently something here. I don't know if it's going to be a road that continues, but surely we've come this far. This bears at least taking a look at. What's in this shack? Flashbang. And the flare gun ammo, even though we don't have a flare gun yet. We also don't appear to have a flashlight right now, which seems unusual considering the situation we were in before we began this chapter, but what do I know? I guess we're just unwilling to use the flashlight right now because it's daytime still, but... I guess it's finally time to at least continue on down the road. Maybe not go all the way down the road if we find another little detour that's gonna pay off like that one did, but certainly try. We got Bright Falls Deer Festival, which we kept hearing about. We got this road which quite plainly seems to be blocked off. I guess we're not gonna let that stop us unless we literally have to get out of the car and squeeze between the debris there on foot. I'm assuming we, well, maybe we can get inside this thing, because I think we can see parts of the inside through the windows, which would suggest that that at least exists. Unless that's also an illusion, but I don't believe it is. Is there anything in there? It's just completely empty. So if it's just completely empty, then maybe there isn't a good reason for us to try to get in there, but you never know. I mean, the only places that I would have chalked up as being potential entrances, which are these doors, don't seem like they're gonna open, so... Too sure we can go now, actually. I guess maybe we will have to squeeze through the crashed stuff in the tunnel there. If only because I can't necessarily spot any other places where we can do anything. Or at least do anything to get any closer to the...
The darkness had touched me. There was a link between us. Always would be. I could feel its presence again, getting closer.
Well, apparently the darkness had not, at least not for a moment, been powerful enough to just make it night again, but maybe now it will. No, never mind. There we go. Now. That's really annoying though. Every single... At least we get to keep the strong flashlight from the previous chapter. At least they're nice enough to let me keep that. Look, this evil crow that's right next to the page which we can nevertheless not do anything about. Well, that light is out, but at least we get another page. Not a whole lot of pages in this chapter though, maybe it's gotta be a little bit shorter.
The dark presence was no longer trying to capture the rider so he could create the ending it wanted. The rider knew too much. He was too strong. And he had been left behind by Thomas Zane, something that could hurt it. Now, the darkness was doing everything in its power to simply stop the rider from ever reaching Cauldron Lake and the dark place it came from.
And apparently there's quite a bit of information that we just can't get without playing on hard mode or what have you. However that works. But hey, maybe we get to do a little bit more of the old vehicular manslaughter on the Dark Ones taken. The Liam Neeson cinema snobs, I don't know. Moviegoers. Where are we going? Here's the Majestic Hotel. I think I want to mess around too much with detours right now if I'm actually going to be attacked though. I guess we have to stop here though. We could also keep going right over the... I guess we will, but before we do that, I think we probably should stop. I'm guessing we just have to keep going there, but... I mean, how can I ignore a place like this? Just be a disservice. At least it's not gonna be something that feels like a chore like that hotel level in the 5th Hitman game. Well, maybe not completely a chore. I would say the first 2 areas in that level felt like a chore, and then the last one was actually fun. Just in the fields and completely concealed most of the time. I'm gonna leave without this revolver ammo and these batteries after all. Ooh. Wait, what?
This
is where the
room where Agent Nightingale had stayed when he hadn't been busy harassing me.
Yeah, I guess so. But what about this book? Is that the psychiatrist's book? I guess it must be. He also had all these photographs that he didn't even bother to stow or anything. Well, apparently that was it. In a minute. Look, first I want to find out if I can go into any more of these rooms, at least the ones that I can easily access from here. And if not, then I guess I'll just go all the way around and see if I can get into the office, because I think I saw that too. There we go. Surely I'll be safe in here. We got light and everything.
Based on the signature in the motel register, Agent Nightingale had stayed here, in room number 2.
Yeah, well, fortunately we did manage to figure that out before we even looked at the register, but... Refundable $100 security deposit is required on all reservations. No personal checks accepted. We take all major credit cards and bank cards. Checkout time is 10 AM. No loud music, no pets. 10 AM seems pretty early for a hotel checkout, but... 1 vehicle per unit. Facilities for registered guests only. No visitors are allowed on the premises after 9 PM. No exceptions. If you're a senior or a vet, ask about our discounts. Well, if I'm here to treat horses... I don't think I want to switch to the shotgun. I think I'm going to keep the old rifle ammo. I guess the shotgun will be here. In case you hadn't found that on the way here. But I guess we already checked out the FBI agent's room. I guess we're pretty much done here. So let's completely fail to vault over this little fence. Which kind of begs the question of why you're able to do that at all. Oh, this guy. Yeah, I forgot. He was still around because I shone him to death, or at least shone away his shield, but didn't actually kill him. Let's get a new set of wheels, because why not, and carry right on down the road. Move right along down the road, if you will. Never actually saw that movie, you know. Just vaguely aware of that having been a thing. I see those fellas over there. Oh, what I hadn't seen though are the killer poltergeist obstacles. And I guess I'm gonna have to make my way forward on foot from here on out. Though. Oh well. Yeah, apparently Alan is just not very good at climbing overall. Very few times when it feels like it, but certainly not a whole lot of the time. What? Is there something behind me? Oh yeah, no. Well, now there is. They're in my position. Yes, I noticed the evil poltergeist barrel. Thank you. It was a little bit difficult to notice at first, though, which is why I made that comment. Then it wasn't. Same with this big semi-tire or something, which apparently just killed me due to its ability to go on bouncing in all of its rubbery might. Well, let's try that again. I can't preemptively try to attack those things, it would seem. Wait until they actually start coming to life. That is when they're, I don't know, molecular structure becomes more shadow and so they're vulnerable to light or something.
What the hell?
I don't know. Oh, it's gonna be like the entire grill panels of the bridge. Well, the one that was here is now gone, so. I do have plenty of batteries at least. Might have to use one here. Or not. Let's take a breather, I guess, so we can get a little bit of energy back and also get a little bit of health back. Maybe. I don't know if we actually are going to. Maybe I'm just fooling myself. I'm doing futile wishful thinking and dying. Actually getting flung down into the water after I... Oh boy. It's all the way back at the... I think it is here. That's unfortunate. Is that all? I vaguely remember there being two evil objects the last time I went by that particular spot, but I guess not. Maybe I am the one who was mistaken. That certainly wouldn't be the first time something like that could have been said. Oh, this fridge though is probably gonna have a chance to launch itself at me. Oh. At least it didn't actually reach me before that got dealt with. There they are. Took me a second to realize they are in fact evil objects. They are among us, but now that one just killed itself by bouncing off the bridge. I can't quite tell where I am or why I can't back away from where that thing is anymore, but... Ow. Right here. Oh, it was pretty nice. What the fuck? Is there more? What the fuck? Okay, I think I might have just seen a glitch where the attack animation for that thing was still able to be active even after it had been disintegrated, which was very interesting. Reminds me of that time that I recorded a long play of, well, a long play of fucking the zombie lore flash game for Red Spray. And when I did the super boss in that game, he ended up somehow being able to attack even after he died, because he needs good programming. I mean, this probably has, at least I would like to imagine, this has a little bit better, a little bit of a lower likelihood of that happening, even though as we have just witnessed, that likelihood is unfortunately not 0, which is what it should be. And I don't know about you, but it feels like the sound is glitching out a little bit right now. It's probably not a great prospect. What if I just, no? They're gonna be nice enough to let me just get away with this. How very unfortunate. Okay, here we go. We're back to the point where we get to see the evil crane. Hopefully the fact that we just kind of run past a few things doesn't mean that we're gonna be hounded by them. At this point, that would suck. I don't really see exactly how much I can do to dodge getting hurt there, though, to be honest with you. Okay, there we go. It's dead again. It's definitely dead at this point, right? So it shouldn't be doing an attack animation. And indeed, at this point, it doesn't seem like it is. But that's not what I saw last time. That's not what I saw in the previous timeline where we actually got this far. But hey, whatever, I guess. Let's just carry on. Let's just pretend that didn't happen. Well, I got completely turned around, so I guess I can't actually defend myself against that thing. Can probably try to hide inside this barn, though. Seems like there's plenty of light here. Or not. Surely this thing is not going to chase me into the barn. Surely if it made contact with this, this bit of light, surely that would hurt it. Also, surely there's got to be something worthwhile up here. No, it's a single flare. I guess that's something. Alright, let's, I guess, make another change of wheels here. And see if I can use my privileged position from the inside of this this barn to try and cheese this evil shadow car or something, shadow truck. Possibly I need to get a little bit closer again, and then I can can try to do something against it. There we go. There we are. And surely we're in perfectly good shape right now. At least no. Not in as good a shape as we could be if we could avoid getting assaulted by those on-foot guys, though. Just chucking shit at our car. I wanna read that thing. Oh, it's another thing about the deer festival. What if it's something important and, you know, and it's deep lore, and I'm missing it by not being able to read it. I must use every different car that's available in this sequence. Only then can I appreciate all of the work that went into this. I see the school bus. I don't know if I can dodge it. I can, I guess just avoid slamming headlong into it. That's gotta be good enough. A good enough maneuver to be able to commit. Okay, I guess now I can. What the fuck? It's just like one of those dark blotches. Can I drive this car that's right in front of the other one? No. Okay, so this is an obstacle, so I have to go on foot from here. Compared to what? Also, hello, guy who literally just appeared out of nowhere. In a rather impossible to deny fashion. Oh. Also, you can push those guys a little bit with bullets, even if you... I was wondering about that, actually. You can actually shove them back with bullets even if they still have the shield on, so I guess that would have been a slightly more efficient way of killing them in the power plant stage, when you can shove them into the electrified surfaces, but oh well. That ship has evidently sailed. Isn't there also a flare next to that thing? Maybe not. Oh, there's plenty of ammo here, so might as well just try to... Okay, well, if I can actually have these boys spawn in a place where it makes sense for them to spawn, no. I guess we can see time and again that that's not going to be the case. I guess we just need to get the fuck out of here. Just out of here. The only thing that makes sense is trying to run away. So if we stay, they're just gonna keep on appearing. Literally right before our eyes with no fanfare whatsoever. Literally out of nowhere. Oh, god damn it. And now all of our hard work in trying to get rid of all these dark blotches has been squandered. Violated. I believe you. Give me like a few seconds, okay? I'm desperately spamming the dodge button for all the good that's gonna do. Apparently none at all. Right, fine. Whatever, it's flare time. Maybe this will at least be able to survive. I'm, pressing this button. Have been for a good while. Kind of unfortunate if it doesn't quite respond in a timely fashion. That shotgun ammo, I thought it was rifle ammo, that's why I went for it. Kinda hard to tell the different colors though. Alright, here we go again. go ahead and try to run forward, maybe to a place where we can... Yeah, I'm trying to dodge, spamming the dodge button. But apparently all to no avail. I'm gonna drop a flare right here, because I can see a flare, another flare on the ground right next to me. And I want it. And there we go. Pop a flare right here, drop it next to the shotgun ammo, so I can at least pick that up even if I don't have the shotgun. And pick up the page, and can I please take another 2 steps forward so I can... There we go. Make it into the lights. I'll get to that page in just a moment.
The bottom of Cauldron Lake was a graveyard of things the lake had claimed in one way or another over the decades. The dark presence brought them up in its wake, scattering the rotten waterlogged hull of an old boat here, the remains of a long-ago crashed airplane. Trees shattered under the impacts. The earth groaned. It didn't even notice.
The earth didn't even notice? Should the earth have noticed? Is it gonna be like a very distant and isolated reference to something like, I don't know, FF7, Chrono Trigger, Terranigma? Well, maybe not Terranigma, I never even played Terranigma, but I don't know, fucking Soul Blazer, that kind of thing. Where the Earth is its own entity that we need to be aware of or something. But it's somehow going to be a bizarro Narnia Stephen King kind of thing. Actually, if we can continue to drive down this road, can we? There's enough room. Or it's probably gonna be able to act as another major force against the evil forces if it so chooses, but it just doesn't for some reason. Alright, well, we can't drive much farther than this, so... Okay. The secret cache be. I thought this might be, for some reason, other... Maybe they are, like, very blurry and JPEG-y and completely... disformed, I don't know, unformed QR codes, but I thought there might be actual QR code textures on those containers for some reason. But it doesn't look like that was actually the case. I hear fellas. So I'll try to fight them over here from a position in which I should be invincible to them. These look like the sort of fellas who are going to shoot stuff at me from a distance, or not shoot, but throw stuff at me from a distance, so it is in my best interest to have them get dead as soon as possible. Okay, here we go. I was gonna say, I'm still looking for this thing. Still looking for the cache that was supposedly signaled over here. Can we get a final flare? Yeah, we can. How many flares do we have? 10. Pretty sure we can carry up to 20 or something. So we're quite good in that regard so far. Could go in there. What can we read? All visitors must see the yard manager. You must sign a liability waiver before entering the yard. If you're looking for a specific part, ask for it first. Before you pull it, you must bring your own tools or protective clothing. Junk piles may shift hazardous area. Wear a hard hat or something. I guess it's just a junkyard or what have you. We could... I guess we must go over there. Go into that building because... I guess we have to get the gate open, because if we don't get the gate open, we can't go to the lake. Can't get to the actual lake area that we're trying to get to. Oh, hey. At least that guy on the stairs was nice enough to not just immediately go ballistic the moment I noticed his presence. That was, wait, what the fuck? Yeah, I guess we are at the battery limit. We have been for a bit. It's gonna be a fun chase tonight. Hey, Agatha. Yeah, probably will be. Given my complete and continued inability to actually do study by myself, to study all the stuff that I've been missing over the course of the last handful of chases, which is probably a lot. Maybe there will be other factors to it, though. Is how we open the gate? Yeah, there we go. Of course, that's how someone even more evil. Hey, what? Oh, I'm using the rifle. I should have used the rifle for that fucking random grunt guy, but oh well. Well, the flare gun finally. I think we have that. Yeah, we have just one extra thing of extra ammo for the flare gun, but that'll do. I mean, there's probably a few soundtracks in the chase that I identified recently, which I'm pretty sure I labeled as, hey, these are pretty small soundtracks that not a whole lot of people know, so I should probably focus on learning these before I learn anything else. That would probably give me a tactical advantage in some situations, but there we go. I don't think I've even gotten around to that. Like, I think the last time I did anything like that was learning, what's it called, crayon physics. And that doesn't really feel like it's made a whole lot of difference. I'm sure this junkyard will be perfectly safe, just like in Full Throttle or Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines. Or any game that has a junkyard as a special stage. Yeah, I keep looking at these like weird black smudge plates on the containers and I keep thinking, is that a QR code? But no. It's just a total fake out. Another page. How many pages can we actually pick up in total at this time? Well, the ones we have so far, and 3 more, so we're basically half done with those pages.
Zane cut its heart out, but it didn't die. The thing that wore Barbara's face kept crooning sweet nothings, sugar-laced with poison. He put on the suit, untied the monster from the chair. The thing in his arms thrashed weakly, but he held fast. He stepped outside, off the pier, and into the dark water. A sinking pinprick of light descending toward a bottom that never came.
So that's why he presents himself as like a dude in a diver suit. I suppose the thing in his arms thrashed weakly, but he held fast. So he did that so that he could drag the evil creature down to the bottom of the lake and keep it there, maybe? I'm assuming. It's a bit of an awkward way to hold a lantern while you're going up a ladder, but I guess it works. Well, what did that do? Oh. Hold on just a moment. Give me just like 1 second, okay? I can totally deal with this. Okay, here. Now this can be a proper duel like that. Was that Stephen King? But no, Stephen King had nothing to do with that. That movie, though, I think it was actually the first movie done by Steven Spielberg. But it was based on a short story by Richard Matheson. aka one of the best weird fiction writers of the last century, but which is a bit of an awkward thing to say when you consider, oh shit, my car's about to blow up, I think. A bit of an awkward thing to say when you consider that weird fiction pretty much only has existed for about a century now, but as you could say, one of the best weird fiction writers of the last several decades, since I think he died in 2014, so his work was a bit more recent than some of the pioneers of the genre. But anyway, where were we trying to actually get to? I think something happened over here as a result of what we did up there with the generator, so oh yeah, here we go. We're gonna open this up or what? No, we're gonna move that thing. Makes a lot more sense. It would be a little bit weird. Oh, I guess what was probably supposed to happen is that we were supposed to activate that first and then dodge the boss giant steamroller thing. Bulldozer. While waiting for that thing to allow passage, but kind of took a different option there. What Yeah, Duel was an interesting movie, to be sure. I'm pretty sure I think Duel was a book. Don't quote me on that, but I think it was also a book, and it was the same idea there, but... I mean, the friggin' short story Prey, which was made into an actual short, and Trilogy of Terror was a short story, and I know it is, because it's I actually did read that one. It actually is in one of the books that I own. If that story was, you know, actually written out as prose first, then it makes every bit of sense to assume that Duel also was. But in both that story, which I assume exists, and the movie, it turned out that, like, the evil that was controlling the giant killer vehicle was an actual person. There's technically nothing supernatural going on there, it's just like the spook of not being able to deal with that independently of that. Oh boy, what do we have here? This emergency box. It's still, you know, after all this time, it still feels silly to me that we have these emergency boxes with like ammo and batteries, and yet you can't find a gun or a flashlight in basically any of them, so if you don't already have that by the time you run into one of these things, you're not going to be able to use them for anything regardless, so it seems a bit defeatist. Maybe not defeatist, but feels like it defeats the purpose of them being there. That's what I mean. Wait, what? Did I just get somehow hurt by this loose piece of wood on the ground? It's about the only way that I can explain what I just witnessed.
When I told Barry my plan back in the well-lit room, I'd acted as if I knew what I was doing. I didn't. I was operating on the shifting logic of a dream. I had to fight my way to the lake through the horrors of the night. I had to flick an old battered light switch imbued with childhood magic. I had to write a happy ending to a horror story. I had to save my wife from the dark prison she was being held in.
And apparently the lamp lady already know about this route, because otherwise these, well, if you follow the in-game lore that we know so far, these shiny graffitis wouldn't actually exist. Well, we could go up the stairs, but what about this shack over here? Surely we can't ignore this. Maybe there's something important over here. Even though we can't reach it from this side, never mind. That shows what my decision-making process is like. It's completely unreliable. I shall follow. Yes, that is proper. That is accurate. That is something. I guess I don't need more revolver ammo right now, but what about this? I need to... oh, I was gonna say that I need to hold down the button, but no. Yes, something just a little bit different. But so we don't need to keep pushing this thing anymore. It's well past the clearance point to get out this way, but... I just will go all the way and see if that yields anything more. Oh well. And lament things when it doesn't. Oh boy, I wonder if we're gonna be making use out of these things anytime soon. Is that a shotgun? That is a pump-action shotgun, yeah. I think I'm just gonna stick to the rifle. I will grab this ammo in case I guess somehow find myself in a situation where it actually is practical to switch to the shotgun later on, which is very unlikely, I would say. But might as well. Maybe it doesn't cost me anything to do that. Okay, when's the welcome wagon coming out? Because I know it's coming.
I will never get rid of you.
What? Oh. Oh, that's what we're gonna deal with now, is it? Are any of those things actually gonna come this way or what? Oh, here comes somebody. Is that literally just one person? That's why they put those lights. That seems very counterintuitive. Especially if there's like even more stuff that we can pick up here and there. Like what is this? Shotgun, hunting rifle. Well, we want more ammo for the hunting rifle too, sure. That's what we're actually sticking with as the secondary weapon. Is there anything else to be gained from these Dutch angle houses, these Cabana del Chueco, if you will? Even if I don't think that anyone will ever hear that in a way that will make sense. Nothing here. Okay. Oh. Now here come the boys. That took a hot minute, but we're already way too far away from those lights over there. Or at least we get another one of these things. This is very interesting to be sure. Oh. Well, that's alright. I mean, apparently just shining the unupgraded light at them is still gonna cause them to be stunned. Really, I can shine it at these guys too. No, I can't. Oh, that sucks. Hold on, these guys still around. That's not acceptable. So did that guy over there actually survive? Because I don't think I want to leave that dead end. No, I don't see anybody. Oh, wait, but this guy over here has a chainsaw. Two guys with chainsaws, okay. I haven't quite seen that yet, but oh my god, we're all the way back here. Whatever, at least now we can have a somewhat better idea of how this is going to play out. I suppose that's gonna be good for something. Okay, yeah, surely by now we've cleared that, yeah, so we don't have to push it all the way. Pick up the flashbangs. Probably would be a good idea to use the flashbangs against, like, I guess those guys that show up right at the end. How many flashbangs do we have? We have 13 of both of these, so yeah, we have plenty of flashbangs. Probably would be a good idea to use them against the chainsaw guys. Sorry, here. I guess I might as well also try to keep notes of which of these rundown shacks also have stuff in them. Although, yes, I know. We don't have time to focus on this though, Alan. We just need to keep moving things along, as it were. And here comes a guy, but doesn't really make a difference. For this guy, it might make a difference, though. I don't remember if we actually fought a Chainsaw Man's before, though. Like, before the sequence. The ad sequence. And we do have some extra shotgun, or not shotgun, but revolver ammo here, so I might as well try to stick to that for now. And more batteries, but I guess we don't need the batteries. We're actually pretty well decked out for now. I'm just still being very stingy. Because it's in my nature. Anything out here? Nope. I don't think there's anything in here either, so I guess we just have to get all the way over there. And We could focus on what's happening, but I think I would rather commandeer this while we still have plenty of time. He's just gonna step out like an idiot even though the light is pointed right at him. Okay. And now this thing, all these fellas. I guess now is the time to use the... Oh fuck. What? I'm sorry, what? Who is shooting shit at me? It's not the fucking guys with the chainsaws. They can't shoot from a distance, can they? No, it's another jackass that's over there. Ow. There we go. He really went flying. I can just shoot this guy too, can't I? Oh, maybe not completely, but I can shoot him well enough that it doesn't make a difference. Probably say something if the, I guess the chainsaw guys have so much shield that even a shot from the flare gun is not enough to finish them off completely. Here's the jackass that was throwing shit. There. There, now we are done. And now... hopefully we get some kind of a checkpoint soon, because it sure would suck if we had to like redo another major area completely so soon. What do we got? Manuscript page. Only 2 left that we can collect right now.
The place I found myself in was unlike anything I could ever have imagined. It wasn't solid. It flowed. It was conceptual and subjective. For someone else, an artist in another field, it would have been very different. I could sense the story of the manuscript all around me, the words and ideas floating in the air, poised to become real.
So it's like the antimatter void from the Doctor Who story Planet of Evil. Or maybe it's like the void at the very beginning of, well, the beginning and the ending of the start of, the beginning and the ending of the start, no, the beginning and the ending of the story, Doctor Who story, The Mind Robber, which I keep referencing because this really does feel like it's the same type of story as that one. But where do I go now? Can I somehow make my way out of this place by climbing through a window? Do I just try to get out? Oh, okay. Hadn't seen this. Okay. Became very bouncy all of a sudden. Let's see. Is there anything back here in this conveniently ignored outcropping of land? I suppose not. Oh. Well, I almost died there thanks to that sideways bounce. If I had actually died there and I actually hadn't gotten a checkpoint after killing the 2 chainsaw dudes and I actually had to redo that whole area again, that would have been really hilarious, wouldn't it? Well, there we go. At least now it's secured.
I could see Mirror Peak in the distance. That's where Cauldron Lake was.
It seems like it's kind of a ways off then, unless we get another car and drive the rest of the way. Which, to be fair, we have been doing for a good chunk of this chapter. A bit of a difficult time with the geometry there. Are we gonna ride the minecarts? I guess we're gonna ride the minecart. Alright. Maybe fight off some of these crow hordes. There we go, a couple. See, that was 2 ravens right there, so maybe that's maybe that's a very specific and localized symbology for the whole Old Gods of Asgard thing. Maybe this one specific instance of them showing up is completely different from the others. And they keep showing in groups that are divisible by 2 there, so well, clearly it's another bit of deep lore there that cannot be ignored. So what's up here? Why would I want to come up here when though? I was gonna say, why would I want to come up here when the next checkpoint is clearly down there, but it occurs to me that I can't go much further if I am on the ground level, but there is a checkpoint, so let's make use of that, if nothing else. But is there anything down here that is not progress but that I can collect? It appears there is. Am I full of shotgun ammo yet? Apparently not. Apparently I get plenty of shotgun ammo. 10 even more of these things. How much I have? Apparently 1 regular flare away from the limit, I think. And I have 15 whole flashbangs, which seems like a lot. What if I also have 9 things of flare gun ammo, then I'll probably just end up using that first. There aren't too many more situations where it feels like I have to. That situation, as you might have gathered, was not one of them. It make me momentarily curious, though, to try and figure out if, like, just how effective the flare gun ammo would be against the groups of crows. Oh. Not curious enough that I actually want to do it, but you know. Just a bit of an unspoken question. It's actually kind of difficult to aim this thing when the little railing's in the way. There we go. Kind of have to wonder how many of these thermoses I've successfully picked up so far. I think I heard somewhere that there's supposed to be 100 in total across the entire game, but... And look at these little jackasses, come on. There they go. Just taking a cheap shot like that when my back is turned. Wait, what? Okay, I'm not even completely sure where that bit of damage that I just took came from. Even that, I'm pretty sure it wasn't the crows, and it also... Oh, it might have been me walking into this thing, actually. So I was pretty confident that I didn't walk into this one here, but I also didn't see any other ones. Or any of those jackass dudes that show up and throw infinite access at you. Oh, here's one. There's a few of them. Now might be a good time, I suppose, to use one of these flashbangs. Let's pop it right there. Honestly, the reason why we end up having more flashbangs, a lot more flashbangs at least, than the flare gun ammo is because the flare gun just acts so much faster. And it feels like you can aim it better, you can direct it better. I think you can actually get the flashbangs to explode a little bit faster if they actually hit something while they're on their like rolled out trajectory, but it's trickier to accomplish. Let me just switch back to the regular flares, because I don't want to waste any of those by accident. I don't need batteries either. Apparently I've been very successful at just conserving all of my batteries so far. It honestly feels a bit unusual for my usual performance with this game, as redundant as I made that sound. And of course only noticed after the words had already left my mouth. But what else is new? It still feels like it's gonna be a hell of a trip to that mountain, but we still haven't found any other cars or anything. So we're just sticking to the old, yep, just keeping hiking the nature trail. It will be perfectly alright. Oh. Especially when the magic school bus drops out of the sky and all of its occupants come after you. I guess I'll actually use one of these batteries, why not? Couldn't quite remember if those guys, the ones that go fast, if they had any more health than the regular big boy enemies, but I guess they don't. Same. Oh no. I get the feeling that these guys only spawned because I took too long to just kind of stand around in the same place. Can you please not do that? Christ, now apparently I'm gonna get pincer attacked here. That really stinks. It would really stink too if I actually died right here, but I guess that could be nice enough to not allow that to happen. Right, so could use some light or some means of healing myself right about now. What do we got here? Oh, yeah, sure, we'll use this. And if I am reading into this correctly, we have, yeah, more than 10 of this flare gun ammo now, which tells me that we probably don't need, or we probably can get up to probably about 20, which is the limit for other stronger types of ammunition, I guess. Weapon. I guess we're going this way. Yeah, we can go this way or we can go that way, but I feel like I would rather not spend too much time. Well, I can just take 2 steps in that direction and figure out there's nothing there anyway, so that's how I like it. I guess this must be like drop pods for the moving fast enemies. Are there any more? Yes, of course there's more. That's very unfortunate. Oh, can these guys just try to get the drop on me? How dare you? He saw that I was busy and tried to play upon me like that. That's very rude. Very rude and inconsiderate. I'm actually very surprised that he didn't manage to land that hit though. It seems very unusual for any of the enemies in this game to not be able to actually land hits. Seems like the exception rather than the rule. Is there anything else in this thing? I can't tell what I'm supposed to be. Okay, it's just chopping down trees again. It's become a lumberjack monster again. I guess it does make some degree of sense for those things to be like drop bots for the enemies, though, if you believe that one page that said that these things are apparently dredged up from shit that has fallen into the lake and sunk into the lake. I'm pretty sure there's at least 2 of these boys running around here right now, so better just keep an eye out. God damn it. This guy's almost vulnerable, but not quite. He went stood right next to me there, kind of like keyed my body with his knife, but he was nice enough not to. It's a little bit difficult to keep a lock on him when he literally won't stop moving around ever. But oh well, let's just carry on along. I am almost out of ammo for my regular pistol, though. Hopefully we get at least some kind of a refill for that, or maybe we just assume that we're not gonna be wanting for the other types of ammo either. Oh, checkpoint it is. Oh, here we go. I'll take this. I am finally full on the shotgun ammo and the flares, so I can't pick the rest of the stuff up. Even if I still am not using the shotgun, but rather the hunting rifle, which, to my defense, does seem to have a considerably better damage output per shot. So I would say it just makes sense to stick to that, if there's gonna be any ammo to be found for it. Oh. I mean, we're not gonna step right into the path of that thing. I don't know what we're so worried about. Unless, of course, he's gonna... Oh, God. It's gonna be another guy coming after us. Another fast boy. Well, it's not this time. So he finally got tired. Oh, fuck. Oh, shit. I don't get caught by the explosives. That would suck at that point. Do you see them igniting, at least? At least you can make that out. We got a cash spell in that direction. In the precise opposite direction where I thought that marking on the ground was indicating. Now we can't pick up 3 flares, we have too many flares, you see. I didn't even know if flares, like the regular flares, would be practical at this point, considering how many other things we have, but... well, who knows, maybe there will be a very specific situation in which it would somehow make more sense to use those over any others of our much deadlier stuff that we have. Oh, look at that, I can actually pick up batteries now because I've used some. Yeah, why would I want more regular flares instead of more flare gun ammo? Wait. Okay, no, I guess 12 is the limit for the flare gun ammo, so... it's not quite as much as the other very strong offensive items that we have. Still plenty though. Okay, let's see if we can trick any of these guys into running into the freaking flashing yeah, electric wire thing. That would be really, really funny. Oh my god, I just realized that they're all like fucking chainsaw dudes. That's not good. Here, enjoy that. That's still not enough to fucking kill them, which sucks. I'll use another one. Or even make them vulnerable. Yeah, okay. Darkness that protects the strongest enemies regenerates. Okay, that part I was not aware of, actually. That was a helpful hint for once. So, now that I know that's gonna happen, now that I know that like 4 very strong enemies are gonna come after me at once, I will actually prepare my strongest weapon first. And I guess we're only gonna spawn after we mess with this thing, which I'm not even entirely sure what that accomplished, to be perfectly honest with you, so... See if I can get the lay of the land here and see exactly what else I can find. I guess I have to...
I needed to get the generator running.
Yeah, that's the reason why I need to mess with the other thing. So that's what I need to get to after that's happened. Is there anything else that I want to get in any of these other nooks that I can get to, though? Another flashbang. I guess that's about it. I now have 19 flashbangs. I now have the limit on flashbangs, okay, so I'll probably use a couple of those things. As well as the flare gun. Maybe combine them. That would be a pretty strong attack, I would think. Okay, here we go. Okay, that thing, that guy's dead. Or his shield is gone at least, that's what I meant. He's not quite dead yet though. Oh. He's noticed too that this guy's technically not the strongest type of enemy in the game. He's just like a regular big boy. So I don't think for him it makes quite as much sense to use this. Okay. For this guy though it does. Definitely. Is he dead? No. But he is vulnerable, so... There we go. Oh, even... Okay, there we go. The friggin' wire actually did me a lot of favors in this timeline. That went a lot better, overall. Actually, hold on, we did use up one of the... yeah, one of the shots for the flare gun, so we should be able to pick this up now. And now we're at the... what the fuck? Really? Oh, rude. Just get the fuck out of here. Oh shit. So we have to get out of the way of that thing. Of course. Come on. Don't fucking take over like that. There. Wait, what? I thought it was just... I thought I was using something to get out of here, but I guess I chose what I know. And now we have to do the elevator ride a couple more times, because it's kind of unclear how this worked. Now I am keeping my eye completely trained on the gate that I assume is going to open. Once we actually are in position for it to happen properly. There we go. I don't think this is quite the final page, but I think it's close to it. Let's see. Oh, can't pick up that flare. You have too many flares, you see.
After Zane had gone, I stood alone in the shifting dream that was the dark place. I had to find a way to the cabin. I'd written myself a way through this place in the manuscript. I followed the idea of a path. I'd written myself across the ocean that blocked my way, and with that, there was a bridge to the island beyond. The idea of the cabin flickered in the underwater darkness. I willed the cabin to be real, and it was.
So I guess we skipped the part where we met Zane down there in the dark place. The ocean which blocked my way. Path. The idea of the path.
Turn back now.
Well, I think I'm gonna want to deal with this guy first. Seems like a more immediate threat, somehow. Maybe that shows what I know, though. Oh. Okay, now I guess we just have to try and unform all of this. All of the different things that, yeah, are blocking the way here. I guess we better just go ahead and try to pop this. Pop a flashbang, which will hopefully also hurt this thing. I don't know if it did or not. Oh, it does seem to have gotten rid of the other guy that was after me before. And now they're back. Well, this is why it's probably a good thing that we get all these flashbangs. That's the perfect time to use them. Oh. Okay. Oh, jeez. Well, we're gonna have to wait for the elevator again, I guess. That's very unfortunate. We would have to listen to this page again, at least we already know what it says. I guess we can also use a flare, like one of the regular flares. I guess maybe another one of the flare gun ammo things, since one of them is so nicely provided for us there. I'll use a flashbang first though, probably a good idea. I'll pop a flashbang and run in the direction where it is, and yeah, sure enough. Switch to a flare, I guess, probably a good idea too. Oh fuck. Yeah, to produce a flare here and to leave it here. Seems like one of the very few situations left at this point where a regular flare is actually very practical. Oh, for fuck's sake, come on. There. And we could turn back, and I guess I will. Because it doesn't necessarily seem that any more shit has spawned in the 2 seconds that it took me to. Actually, where's that stuff that I skipped over before? Did it disappear? Does this mean that I can't get another flare or another flare gun ammo thing? That's unfortunate. Hey, look, it's a spooky scarecrow. Hey, you missed. Oh, guess we can just climb over that one or something.
Alice never loved you.
Oh, thank you for the stepping stone that's gonna make it slightly more agreeable to get down to ground level from there. The rest of the stuff, though, it's a little bit different, but still, it's clearly no problem. It's nothing too crazy, and besides, we don't even have to shine our light at it too much. There does seem to be a bit of a buff to the light here. And now it's gone. Oh, well, there it goes. I guess we don't really have to, yeah. Don't have to train our light too hard on those things either. Just gotta wait for them to, well, just... Right, never mind. Well, we know we can't win if those things just push us off the edge without any real chance for us to dodge. You're right in that regard. That seems like a very silly obstacle to provide. Oh, sure we can. Okay, so I guess the actual puzzle here is to jump across when there's not something. Oh, bunch of flare gun ammo here. Why? Do we need to use the flare gun here? I guess probably quite likely. Oh, I guess it does say there to start a tornado. Oh yeah. I think that's the whole point of it. We're making it up. Did we do it? I think we did it. I don't know if that's like the end of anything or if it's just like the path to the next stage. Next sub-stage in this final stage. It might be the end though. Not too sure. Hell. Is that where we want to go? Maybe in a metaphorical sense. In a relative perception sort of sense. Maybe we're just trying to not end up like Kratos.
You were having a bad dream. It was just another nightmare.
No.
Everything's fine. You're home.
It wasn't a dream.
Everything's fine.
Turn the lights on. Turn the lights on!
Shh, baby.
Are we in the New York map?
There's no light. Come back to bed and I'll make you forget all about your fear in the dark.
My fear? It's your fear. Why aren't you afraid? You're not Alice. Turn the lights on now. Where's the clicker? What did you do with it?
Alan, honey, you're still 1 foot in a dream. You're not making any sense. Come back to bed.
Well, don't worry about the giant black smog out on the streets. That's, like if you ever play Silent Hill 4, clearly it's nothing to be worried about. It's, you know, it's just New York. It's very polluted. It's nothing to be surprised about.
Scaring me now. Come back to bed. Have you taken your pills? Do you want me to call Dr. Hartman?
Well, no, but I do want to have final confirmation on something.
Departure is your best work yet. You're a genius. I'm so proud of you. Come back to bed. We'll talk more about it in the morning.
Turns out this isn't too bad even if you're not sitting on a couch on your plate, who knew? It's also not too bad once you actually make the tweaks to it so that you don't end up getting insane motion sickness from it every time you play. That's also pretty nice. Well, I could go this way, except I can't. I can't concede to her. It's like that join house Dagoth subplot that was never actually implemented into Morrowind. It's a complete fake out.
To bed, Alan. Come back to bed, Tom.
Oh, I'm not Tom though. What the fuck? By being punched by something? Okay.
You must find your way to the cabin. It stands in your way. It won't let you pass. It has no heart. It's filled with darkness. You must fill its heart with light.
Are you saying I'm the one who's supposed to fill its dark soul with light? I think I skipped that game. Actually.
Don't mind him. He's Mr. Scott. Your friends will meet him when you're gone.
I see.
Use the clicker.
So I'll be gone. well, my very vague awareness of the only other Alan Wake game in existence, which is American Nightmare, tells me that I think he's the villain of that game, but I guess he's also gonna show up here. Telephone pole. Looks like that Far Side, like that Gary Larson's strip where some guy just puts labels and everything. Like that ought to clear up a few things around here, but apparently shining light on the labels. Oh, we have infinite light right now, I think. Oh no, we don't. Just seem that way for a bit. Apparently shining light on these things will make them actually materialize. Maybe it sheds light on what they're supposed to actually be, or maybe it's like an inverse interpretation of Plato's world of ideas, where every single thing that can possibly exist holds a basic, archetypical, idealized version, and every single thing that is made or named to represent that something is a mere distortion and interpretation that tries to be as much of an approximation to that perfect ideal as possible. But it can never be perfect.
You're my muse! Who are you? What have you done with my Alice?
Alan? What are you doing? Put the light back on! Please, Alan, stop! Put the light back on!
It wasn't true. Nothing like that had ever happened.
Also, I lost my chance to answer the phone, I guess. Do I want to bring the bird? Maybe I don't want to bring back the bird.
Not my Barbara.
Tom, let me go. I promise to be good. Please, untie me, you naughty boy. I will help you write your masterpiece. I will love you forever.
No, you're not Barbara Jagger. I made a terrible mistake. I should have never written you back. You came back wrong. Your heart is filled with darkness.
Put that knife away, Thomas. Put it down.
Your heart is filled with darkness. I'll cut it out. I'll take you back to the depths you came from.
Okay, I didn't really clear anything up, I would think. Or add anything that we didn't already know. I know the suggestion right now is just supposed to be that Alan is fake and he really was like... he really was a fake person created by Tom all along, so Alan and Tom are kind of the same. And that's why this is overlapping so much. I don't know. Maybe I'm not supposed to read into it like that.
Get away from me, you hag! Where am I? Let me go!
Alice! I'm coming!
Your husband refused to do as he was told. All he had to do was write what I wanted him to write. Now it's too late. It's his fault. You'll stay here for...
Or not. Maybe we can just walk in on that.
Now you will never get her back. I am much older than you. Older than your first work of art. I will find a new face to wear. Someone else to dream me free.
What did he like shove the light switch inside of her and then turn it on? Maybe the light switch had the same kind of potency as that giant vampire killing orb of light in the Van Helsing movie. Well, that thing had just made like a giant house-wide flashbang. Would probably be a better way of putting it.
I could feel Alice's presence close by. I understood what I had to do now. I knew how to write the ending to Departure. There's light and there's darkness. Cause and effect. There's guilt and there's atonement. But the scales always need to balance. Everything has a price. That's where Zane had gone wrong. There's a long journey through the night back into the light.
Alice? Alice? Oh no!
Well, now I'm not sure like we're in the timeline or the scope of reality we are or what we're looking at right now, really. Guess we just had to have this underwater hair render. That was secretly the entire purpose of this entire journey. I don't know, but I guess we're in the present where the island doesn't exist anymore, and Alan's gone. Don't know if he had already assumed that he wasn't coming back when he made that jump. And look, the Deer Festival. I feel like we met some of these people, but I don't remember any of them nearly as much as, well, I remember these guys. Those are the ones that you actually spend time with more during the story. Is she still alive? Is she still possessed by evil? Is that like the... Is that the spooky way out? Hey, that's the FBI guy. Are those two like the spooky way out that the villain found to like keep existing?
It's an ocean.
Alan, wake up.
Okay, that was the end of the game. I guess Alan is now asleep. Did Alan become the new spooky spirit of the lake to keep the other one like imprisoned forever or something? Not quite sure what to make of that ending. But I guess something happened. I guess whatever he was trying to do probably came to fruition at any rate. Oh shit, I just realized that this really does something. Well, let's see if I can speed through the... Oh, hey, I can sing this, but maybe not. Oh, here we go, we can't skip that. That's a cool song. I'm not sure exactly which cover of it that would be, though. But that does seem to have been Alan Wake. I can take a look at this, I guess, to see if I can put a bow on it and all that. We found 83 of 106 manuscript pages, which is apparently also the exact number of coffee thermoses that we found out of 100. Oh, and there were 12. Yeah, I figured that would be kept track of, but I still didn't want to waste bullets on that. I found 26 of 30 chests, apparently we missed 4. We missed 2 radio shows though, which is a bit more surprising. I don't think we missed all of them though. I think like one of them must have been the one in that room that I kept dying in, that I just didn't want to reactivate because it was just kind of obnoxious. We apparently missed all the alarm clocks and the cardboard standees and Night Springs video games. I don't know if those are things that we could have actually like picked up or something, or we had to shoot at something to get that, but oh well. We killed 806 birds. We killed 54 times indirectly, which is more than we killed with vehicles or flashbangs. We apparently had 26 kills with the shotgun and only 7 with the hunting rifle, which I find kind of surprising, considering how much I favor the hunting rifle towards the American. I'll play back the soundtrack, can we really? Oh yeah, we have all of these. I don't think I'm gonna play them here though, since it just says David Bowie Space Oddity. That didn't sound like the regular Space Oddity David Bowie version to me though. Maybe it's just like mixed weird. Manuscript. Well, we can check these things, I guess, and you know, maybe I will try to take another look at this to find like the missing pages. It is I mean, I wouldn't say it's a super original storyline, but they do build the presentation of it and the world building of it in a way that does come across as fairly intriguing, I would say. And I'm pretty sure, yeah, we did find one of the radio shows in, well, not show, just like a tiny quote before it just cut to licensed music in episode 5, but didn't actually register because I didn't want to keep activating that in the other timelines, is what I'm guessing actually happened. We can now play on nightmare mode. Maybe. I thought maybe. I'm pretty sure I just finished the game on normal mode and I thought that was like what the oh yeah, we can certainly be on nightmare mode, but I'm not gonna do that just now. Like maybe at some point in the future, like I said, but no, I guess that's gonna be it for Alan Wake. That's a bow put in that, and that is maybe not 100%, maybe not entirely, maybe not in my end, or however you would want to put that, however I would want to put that. But I think that is actually going to bring this little surprise midday stream to an end. As I take a moment to take a look at what I'm developing, I guess I can just bring back the music. It was playing the Trauma Center thing, but I guess I can make it play something else right now, like the Cathedral from Heretic. Might be a nice idea. Let me check something. Might try like a little mini raid on somebody. I think there's a few people around who I probably would be okay with doing that. Right now, a number of them. You know, I kind of thought about maybe instead of doing this at the time that I did, like right after midday, doing it a little bit later in the day after like, I don't know, just a little bit later in the day so that I could segue from the stream into the Chase VGM, which is happening, you know, as Agatha mentioned, is happening later today in about, I'm gonna say 4 hours, 5 hours, I don't remember. I think it's gonna be more like 4 hours from now. I think it happens a little bit earlier from my perspective when fucking, what's it called? Daylight savings time is not on. But I, of course, didn't end up doing that. But what I think we're gonna be doing now, I guess I could, like, oh, I should probably go ahead and go to the end of the stream screen. Well, before I forget, I'm gonna go ahead and disable this image here, wherever it is. Where is it actually? Here it is. Don't know what I'm gonna be using with that space from here on out, but But I'll figure something out, like maybe if I end up using this 16:9 space again, which I probably will. With any given one of the games that I'm gonna be streaming in the near future, now that I've finally gone ahead and moved past this game. But I forgot how I began that sentence, so I don't know how to end it. Oh well, anyway, we're just going to the end of the stream section here. End of the stream, even. And speaking of that, I guess, if I am able to bring myself to actually stream anything with any kind of regularity next week, this next coming week, which hopefully I am, if I don't like completely screw up my sleep again, but like that's never not in danger of happening with me. But if I do, I guess I would move on to the, well, I would say to the next thing, but technically the next thing would just be going back to something that I was doing before, which is Chrono Cross, which I left half finished. Maybe not even half finished, more like a third finished or even less, who knows. I guess I'm gonna find out eventually. But yeah, go back to that and maybe get started on the first of the games that was redeemed through the point redemption thing, which was Dead Rising. Which I did play that game in the past, but not like the version that I guess most people would know, which is what I probably will be doing on stream. The one that you can play on Steam, and which is ostensibly the same one that you could have played on the Xbox 360 back in the day and what have you. The one that I played though was the Wii version, which, yeah, it was pretty different from what I was able to gather. So it'd probably be an experience that's as good as new to actually play the original. But that's what I'll be doing if I have any extra time from going back to Chrono Cross. I'll also be going back to, you know, still trying to finish Grim Fandango, because that's still on the docket as something that I haven't quite gotten through. And also, once that's done, I will then go back to something else that I left unfinished, which I do want to finish, which is Theresia. And after that, who knows, but what I think I'm going to be doing right now, with all that having been said, is I'm going to try to, for a quick little raid at... Let me see if I can spell this correctly, because I don't think I've ever tried raiding this channel before. Even though I've known about it for quite a hot minute here. Is this how it... Wait, what? Oh, I think I know what I did wrong. I'm gonna try to throw a quick raid at Mel Plays Games, who is currently live doing a retro stream with Diablo 1, which I played on stream I think at least once. I don't know if I played more than that, but yeah, cool game. And a cool streamer who I've known about for a while, who is from Sweden, I believe, and who... or Norway. From one of those two places. I think she's from Norway, actually. I got it wrong. And does a lot of retro stuff, I think pretty much exclusively from what I gathered. And it's generally a pretty fun time, as usual. So what's going to actually play this out? It's going to be the Splatoon 2 track, but yeah. What you're going to be doing, probably more Grim Fandango and probably more Chrono Cross, and possibly, if I manage to not screw up, more Dead Rising next week. Or, I say more. Starting, I guess, Dead Rising next week, if I do any of it. But that's what's ostensibly on the docket right now, so with that having been said, I will say y'all take it easy. Thank you everybody for coming, like always. Thanks for chatting, always great whenever people chat. I'll also have to like look at the possibilities for like not only doing the emotes, the new emotes that I guess I can do now, but also sub badges or something, which is something I had forgotten about. Probably talk about that on the Discord in a bit. Also the Chase VGM in a few hours, probably post about that in Discord too if I don't completely forget. So all that good stuff, and I will see you later.